Hey everyone, welcome back to another Tranter Pets video on the Tranter Show. Today we're going to talk about what other fish you can keep with fancy goldfish, which is a fancy goldfish. Usually looks like that, with two tails. Look at that around goes one tail. Whatever way, today we're going to talk about what fish you can keep with fancy goldfish. So this is my top 10 list, which I reckon you could keep quite friendly and you could probably keep all together and will do well in the tank. First of all is other goldfish. You can keep other fancies with other fancy goldfish, or you can keep commons and even spunking with fancies. Bear in mind with commons and fancies, the commons and spunkins are quite faster, so bear in mind that you will need to put a lot more food in to let them eat first, or even have them at a small size at the start, let them grow and then get them used to the fancy goldfish and let them know they're smaller. So I think you need to keep in mind with if you're going to do a mixed goldfish tank with fancies and spunkins. But they do well together. I personally got I got one spunkin and two commons, and they do absolutely fine with 4 of my fancy goldfish and even a rose bob. Next on the list is actually a rose bob. Preferably, if you're going to keep them with fancy goldfish and just fancy goldfish, you want to try to get the long fin one, whereas this one in here is a common one. So again, they do swim quick. So maybe get them at the small size, or even get the long fin one where it's a bit slower in swimming, so you can use that down to the downfall. They are quick swimmers. They can be aggressive to goldfish, but as long as you keep them in small groups, they should do absolutely fine with goldfish. I mean, like small groups, I mean keep them either keep them between 3 to 5 rose bobs, and they should be okay. Second one on the list is platies, which I don't have any in this tank. Platies will do absolutely fine with goldfish. You need a sitting type platy. I think it's the sunrisey platy, if I pronounce that right. Which they will do absolutely fine in cold water. They will do fine with goldfish, especially fancy goldfish anyway. They'll do absolutely fine with them, and they'll get on perfectly. I will be getting them soon for this tank, because I generally think like smaller, beautiful goldfish, smaller fish will look absolutely fine in this tank. The other one on the list is a bristlenose plec. Again, I don't actually keep them. I actually don't have one on the list. I actually don't have one in the tank. Main reason is because I haven't bought them yet. Been doing a bit more research to see if they can work, and people said they do work. Some people said they do suck off the saliva coat off the goldfish. So I think as long as you overfeed as long as you feed them much as possible, then they should leave the goldfish alone. So I might give them a try at least, and if it doesn't work out, they go into my tropical tank. So you know, at least to give them a try. You can keep, I think, another plec, other 2 plecs you could keep is the rubber mouth plec, as well as a common plec. Most people again says they have quite similar problems to them where they slimed off the goldfish coat, but yeah, I decided to go with the bristlenose plec on my list because they do stay small, as well as not just small, they are quite shy. They're quite hide until they come out at night. So again, they were still quite small, and even then the goldfish should just leave them alone, and they could go hiding in a cave. So always have like a cave in the tank if you are going to keep bristlenose with them. Other one on the list then is a Hillstream Loach. Once again, I don't have them yet in this tank, but I will be getting them. Hillstream Loach is just like a bit like a plucky. They hold onto the glass quite well, so if the goldfish do pick on them, at least now and then they won't come off the tank quite well, quite easily. They will put their own fight basically. But again, having a cave in the tank should just, you know, help them to hide if the goldfish will pick on them. The final on my list then is a Hoplo catfish, if I pronounce that right. Hoplo catfish are just like, you know, they are quite cool to keep, as well as they are cold water catfish, which is not a lot of catfish out there which you can do that with. So I think that's the reason why I want to own it. Just to have a cold water catfish, as well as I think they would just look cool swimming about with catfish in the goldfish tank. Fucking awesome, bro. The next one in is the white cotton minnows, which I already got in this tank. At the moment I currently got 6, but I will be getting another 6 to make it 12. And because from a distance, like when you're close up, You know, you can see them, but when you're further away, you can't really see them, and they kind of remind me of the tetras which you could buy for the tropical tank. So you know, if you want a freshwater tetra, they're about as close as you're gonna get to them. They do really well with goldfish and commons, but like again, this list is purposely for commons, for fancies. So bear in mind, it might only work for fancies, but once you know, when you mix them with commons, like big commons, then you might consider actually no, they ain't gonna work out. Like this list is only for a fancy goldfish tank. The other one is a weather loach. I think he will do absolutely fine in a fancy or even a common goldfish tank. I'm actually thinking we'll get another one of these for my common goldfish tank, only because I think they will just look cool, as well as they do grow pretty big. They got about 30 centimeters. Hence why I only got one in this tank. And again, he does absolutely fine with all the fish in this tank, all the small fish, all the big fish, all the different size fish. He will do absolutely fine. It's just, you know, he kind of reminds me like a water snake, and again, these guys are pretty cool. They can attack fish, but as long as again you're feeding them quite well, they should just leave him alone. He's quite, like enough, my weather loach, he's quite peaceful. He's quite, you know, mind his own business type style. I mean, he would do his own thing and worry about the goldfish later type thing. You kind of keep snails, and you keep like zebra snails, which are cold water. You keep apple snails. I think one of them are. Yeah, and what's that one? I think it's the spotted snails. I think you can keep in freshwater or in cold water. So again, you can't keep snails in the water or like the algae right now. As you can see, my tank at the moment is going through this algae phase. I even got CO2 and it's still not working out. So I will be getting some snails soon, just to help me out with the algae. Help me out with the algae first, because they always do a good job at that. The other one is a Zebra Daniels. I don't really like keeping these because I always tend to find them too fast moving for my liking. Like even though the white club minnows are fast movement, but I don't find them too fast where it kind of makes the speed of the fish. So Zebra Daniels are always at the top of the surface, and they just swim back and forth constantly, 24 hours straight. So if you're looking to swim for more up that top area, then maybe a Zebra Daniel too that is kind of your thing. But for me, I don't really like Zebra Daniels. I think they just find them too quick. They can be aggressive to smaller fish. They can be small to go smaller fish like the white clip minnows. I also find them aggressive sometimes towards goldfish as well. So personally, I wouldn't keep them, but if you want them, that's up to you. But I just don't like Daniel Zebras anyway. But yeah, that's it for my list for fancy goldfish tank. Look at him, he's just sitting on the leaf. But if you guys do want to see my common goldfish list that you should keep with your common goldfish list, with your goldfish tank, your common goldfish tank, let me down below, because I will create that list. You can do commons in ponds, you can do fancies in ponds, but to be honest with you, probably just better to get the fancy in a pot in a tank. Or if you're going to do an indoor pond, then maybe Mr. Fancy Goldfish. Maybe, you know. But yeah, I think that's going to do for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.